Hey guys, it's Jenny Evolution. You know what time it is. It's time to talk about picture books. Today we are talking about garden picture books or picture books about gardening. It's springtime and I'm feeling good, so it's time to talk about some of our favorites. And one of our ultimate favorite garden books is The Curious Garden by Peter Brown. Now first, if you don't know Peter Brown, go find out about him. He has some other fabulous books out, but The Curious Garden is one of our favorites. I mean, literally, we have copies at my folks' house so that when we go visit them, we can read it there. It's just such a lovely story, and a story of hope and a story of love about the environment. Actually, this would be great for Earth Day, and a story of love of nature. So what the story is about a little boy who lives in a town that really basically has been overrun by smog. I mean, you can see the great illustrations here. They're very detailed, and actually when we're reading the story, we often just stop and find things that we didn't notice before, like the little person walking with a striped umbrella, or little parts of the track. And so the illustrations really are just fabulous about this. And what happens is one day, the little boy happens to see a door opening that will let him climb up onto the abandoned railroad tracks, much like the abandoned line in New York City, which is what the inspiration of the story is from. And so he climbs upstairs, and what he discovers is a little patch of garden. And it looks really sad and lonely, and no one's taking care of it. But he feels inspired and decides to take it on as his own personal project, and works through the spring and summer and fall. And here I'm going to show you some more great pictures so you can kind of understand what I'm talking about, of how he starts to grow this fabulous garden throughout the city. You know, it starts here, but then it starts popping up in unexpected places. And what I love most is what pops up the most are new gardeners. And so suddenly all these new gardeners start participating in the city and creating a town that they would love and are inspired by. And so at the end, here's actually the town. And we just adore it. And in fact, my boys will jump from the first picture I showed you to the last picture and talk about all the differences and talk about how fabulous it is and talk about what they can do to make their own difference. Planting new trees, or working with organizations that work on creating green spaces in places where kids don't have green spaces. And so really, this is such a lovely book. It's just inspirational. It feels good. And like I said, we literally have copies all over the country. So when we go visit my folks, we can actually still read it wherever we are. So The Curious Garden, fabulous book. Look below. You can see my list for great books to read on gardening, as well as great books for Earth Day, because really this book is year-round. So I hope you enjoy the story. Happy reading, and I'll see you next time on the Jenny Evolution.